Silence in court. Security Services, Department of Justice, Inc. Judge Chutney presiding. Court is now in session.
Silence! I recognize that villain. An habitual criminal if ever I saw one.
That's Mr. Greaves, my lord. The counsel for the prosecution.
Silence when you speak to me. Now, who is the first contestant?
Defendant, my lord. The case of Union Security Services versus Howard Hobbins.
Howard Hobbins, come on up. Nice to see you, Howard. You're not nervous, are you?
Not really.
The defendant is accused of gross contempt and assault of a security officer.
Intolerable. What have you got to say for yourself, eh?
I've been framed, Your Honour. May I elucidate, my lord?
Go on then, but hurry up about it.
Officer Blunt was investigating a complaint made against Hobbins. After questioning the defendant, he was the victim of an assault.
Ah! Monstrous! Off with his head!
Just a flipping minute. Who's defending me?
Defence? Is he entitled to any?
I'm afraid so, my lord.
Upon my soul, whatever next? Who'd be silly enough to defend this wretch? Very well, let's get on with round one. Fingers on the buzzers, everyone.
I wish to call Officer Blunt.
Call Officer Blunt.
Please tell the court what happened. I was assaulted. And is the culprit present in the court? That's him in the overalls. I rest my case, my lord.
Good. Where's my black cap?
We haven't heard the defence, my lord.
Is it really necessary? Oh, go on. Just don't take all day.
Now then, Officer Blunt. Who lodged the complaint against Hobbins?
Objection, my lord. Defense is contriving to lead the witness.
It was a simple question. I wish to establish the seriousness of the complaint made against my client.
I shall permit the witness to answer. However, I'm awarding Mr. Greaves 5 points for a well-timed interruption.
So who did lodge the complaint?
It was Daniel Piermont.
What was Mrs. Piermont's grievance?
Cruelty to her pet dog. I interviewed Hobbins on 4 occasions, but he still hasn't confessed.
Did you examine the dog?
I tried to.
And?
The bugger bit me.
Tell the court how you got wet.
While patrolling on Bellevue, I was saturated by a sudden shower.
Did you ascertain its source?
Oh, yeah. I heard laughter from the walkway above.
So, you saw the accused pour the liquid?
I couldn't see anything. My eyes were full of water.
but I'd recognize his laugh anywhere.
No further questions, Your Honor. I wish to call Mrs. Piermont.
Call Mrs. Piermont.
Hello, darling. Hello, Robbie. Hello, everyone.
Silence in court.
What was your complaint against Hobbins?
He was abused, my little poochie boos.
Disgraceful. I haven't had a dog abuse case since the infamous Spaniel Mangle scandals.
Did you witness the alleged attack?
Not exactly.
Then how did you know about it? Did the dog tell you?
Officer Blunt reported the incident to me.
How would you describe your pet dog?
Objection, Your Honor. This is a trial, not a dog show.
Objection overruled, Mr. Greaves. I want to get to the bottom of this doggy business.
He's an absolute darling. Everyone adores him.
But Officer Blunt said it bit him.
Oh, that would be the uniform. He was mauled by a troop of scouts when he was a puppy.
Had you met Hobbins before this incident?
I don't recall ever seeing him. But one takes little notice of mere maintenance men.
No further questions, Your Honor. I'd like to question the defendant. Here's your starter for 10.
Good. An excellent opening gambit. That's the sort of questioning I like to hear. None of this did you or did you not nonsense. 10 points to the defense.
Did you assault Officer Blunt?
Objection, my lord.
Why, man, what's wrong?
Repetition, my lord?
Objection overruled.
Are you guilty of assault, Howard?
Not me. I was fixing one of the cooling pipes, and it burst.
So Blunt's soaking was an accident?
Not exactly.
Why did the pipe burst?
Some joker had cut a power cable and overloaded the steam release in the power station. That's what damaged the cooling pipe.
Oh, I see. Did you laugh at Blunt's predicament?
Laugh? I'd nearly wet me pants.
Do you deny assaulting the dog?
Objection, my lord. The question has no bearing on the case.
It is my duty to hear every sordid detail. Objection overruled.
Well, did you assault the dog?
I never touched the brute.
Do you know Mrs. Piermont personally?
I'd only met her once. She wanted me to flush her overflow pipe.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Greaves, you may start the bonus round.
The facts speak for themselves, my lord. Hobbins is a cruel and callous man, with no respect for law and order. I recommend the maximum possible sentence.
Any comments from the defense?
I don't believe this is happening. This is total madness. You've all been warped in some way. And I think Link is the cause.
Silence! I've heard quite enough of this nonsense. So it's time for me to make my judgment. Howard Hobbins, you've won tonight's star prize. Life imprisonment. However, in view of your service to the city, I'm going to reduce your sentence. 2 hours community service. Court dismissed.
The green select button is lit.
Hey, music lover. If you're looking for the best in sound, I got 'em. The music of the spheres right here on Earth. So come on, get your fingers on my buttons. Let's make beautiful music together.
How offensive. Why they put voices in these machines is beyond me.
I'm all warmed up for you, baby.
Shut up and let me check the selections. Oh Lord, it's mostly country and western.
Nobody's perfect.
Ah, there are 3 tunes by the resident band.
So, what's your choice, big boy?
Long Beach. The select button isn't lit.
Hi there. I got a tune for every occasion.
Oh, shut up. I just want to choose some music without being hassled by a whining Wurlitzer. As cool as you. That's odd. It stopped talking, thank goodness. It's almost as if this jukebox can understand me.
I can. I performed a body scan when you first made contact. I know your blood group, your color size, and your sexual preferences. This information has been transmitted to link files. Enjoy your selection.
That's outrageous. I thought such blatant invasion of privacy only happened in major high street banks. Oh well, some music will cheer me up. You search but find nothing. I have to go now.
Drop by again sometime.
Excuse me. Thanks again for the port, Doc.
It's a pleasure to do business with you.
Excuse me. Can you match my fingerprints to those on this glass?
Oh, yes. My machine will do that automatically.
It's not against the law, is it?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Don't security use them to check people's identities?
If they do, it's the first time I've heard of it. The usual procedure for identification of suspects is a retina scan at the post-mortem. Now, about these prints you requested. Open the panel on my machine and insert the glass. Then place your hands in the otodermatome.
Will this hurt, Doc?
Oh yes, quite considerably.
Excuse me. Thanks again for the port, Doc.
It's a pleasure to do business with you.
It's made of thin chipboard. If it's for ventilation, it must lead somewhere. I can't reach it from here. It's a solid wooden storage rack for wine bottles. I'd never shift that in 1,000 years. It's a big box made of wood. That's too big and heavy to carry. It's a solid piece of wood. The grill is too firmly attached to pull from the wall. The grill is too firmly attached to pull from the wall. I've punctured a hole in the grill. Can't see anything, but I can feel a breeze. The subway. It's like a warren built by giant rabbits. If this tunnel leads nowhere, I can always escape that way. The roof of the tunnel must have collapsed. I'm never going to be able to shift all that. The roof of the tunnel must have collapsed. That appears to be a light socket. Whatever lives in there is scared of the light. No way am I going in there. It's an old advertisement for Anchor Insurance. I wonder if Anchor's grandfather was a complete zero, too. The picture is covered with mold and dirt. It's the station's name, Museum. Uh-oh, the tunnel roof doesn't look too stable. There's no obvious way of opening it. I can't slide it, push it, or pull it. That thing's alive! I wonder what it is. It's warm and throbbing with a tough skin. The outer skin is stretched and weakened. That patch of plaster looks damp and crumbly. I can't quite reach it. I've exposed the bricks beneath the plaster. It's just a lump of plaster. A good, solid old brick. It's penetrated the outer skin. It's stuck in the vein, but hasn't pierced it completely. Ugh! I made a hole right through the vein! Ugh! I made a hole right through the vein! It's a medical robot. There's no way of turning it off. It's probably a ventilation grill. The cover must regulate the heat from below. Bubbling, boiling lava. Boy, that's hot! Better be careful I don't fall in there. It allows the heat to rise. I can't reach it from here. It holds the grill secure. I can't reach it from here. It's the controls for opening the cover. Pulling the handle has loosened the grill. I can't pull it any further. It's probably a ventilation grill.